The payment has been processed successfully. The confirmation number was sent to your email.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Is there anything else that you need, Ms. Laura?
That is all.
Okay, well, have a very good afternoon, and thank you for choosing Wesley Financial.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
You as well. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Shadi just paid her car off. Shadi just officially paid her car off. $3,368.30. Facts. All facts. No copies. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel Lockness Beauty, where I discuss my locks amongst other things that I find to be beautiful. So finally after several months, I am here to give you guys an update regarding my debt confession. So I cannot tell you guys how long I've been trying to make this video. If you haven't seen my first video, then you wouldn't know, but you guys know I got a second job. So with the second job and with me still doing my fitness classes, it has been so hard to get on camera and get everything situated, from my locks all the way to being able to give you guys an update regarding my my debt-free journey. So at the end of the day, the journey so far is still going very, very well. I am going to update you guys on the facts and figures on how things are going. And yeah, I'm going to also kind of share with you guys my experience as far as the ups and downs that I experienced emotionally, because there were some things that happened emotionally that I was not expecting. And I'm also going to kind of update you guys on my mistakes as well. So I did make some mistakes along the way, but for those of you who are new to my channel, first of all, shout out to my new subscribers. It's absolutely insane. I went from 2 subscribers to like 16 and excuse me, sorry, and that's crazy. Like, I was not expecting that, so that's pretty cool. And I think most of the subscribers came specifically for my updates regarding my debt-free confessions. Either way it go, thank you for tuning in to my channel. Thanks for keeping updated with me and things like that. But anyways, if you guys see my videos, I ramble a lot. So I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible, but it's not a guarantee. So for those of you who are new, in January of this year, I decided that I wanted to go on a debt-free journey. So I've been wanting to go on this journey for a while now. There were times I would try to start and then I would renege, and it was just very difficult to get to the point where I finally wanted to invest so much time, energy, and money into becoming debt-free. So I don't think I really went over like what made me want to officially start this journey. I think I'll probably save that for when I do my next update, but I want to update those who are not familiar about my channel and this journey overall that I've been on so far. So anyways, I'm going to continue the update before I go into how I'm doing so far. I started off in January of this year. I started off with 8 debts. So my 8 debts that I had was Best Buy, a Fortiva credit card, a surgery bill, care credit card, an actual credit card, a medical scan, a car note, as well as student loans. So overall, all of my debts came out to a little over $117,000. I was able to pay out $50,000 on my student loans thanks to a program through HRSA. If you want to know more about that, please look at my first video with my debt confessions, because I go into detail about that there. So I was able to pay off, like I said, $50,000 of my student loans, which left me the remaining balance as well as all of my other loans. As far as how far I've gotten, if you see my first video, in January I was able to pay off my Best Buy credit card completely. In February I was able to kind of pay off my my Fortiva card. And now here we are in May, and I'm 3 months behind to tell you guys how I've been doing as far as for my March, April, and May update with my journey. Y'all, I'm so ecstatic. I'm like, happy, but I'm also a little bit sad because of the mistakes that I made along the way. So if you guys see my video, you already know that the Care Credit credit card was my next smallest debt, and that debt was $1,600. And I told you guys that that was the one that I was going to be paying off for the month of March. So I also told you guys that I was going to try to pay off one debt per month. So January, like I said, Best Buy. February is supposed to be for Tiva, and March was supposed to be for Care Credit. So as far as Care Credit and paying off that entire loan, in March, I was not able to completely pay it off in March. However, when I got my first check in April, I was able to officially pay off my Care Credit loan. So just to give you guys a breakdown, like I said, overall, it amounted to $1,600, $1,600. In my very first check in March, I was able to pay half, so that was $840. My second check in March, I was able to pay off $431. And my first check in April, I was able to pay off the remaining balance of $400. So it was like a little over $1,600. But either way it go, as you guys heard, in the month of April, technically, I was able to pay off my Care credit card. So that brings me down 3 debts in the month of April. So going into the middle of April, my next smallest debt technically was supposed to be my credit card debt. However, this is where I go into the mistake that I made. So I told you guys when I first started my journey, my credit card debt was about $3,600. And I also told you guys by the time I started my journey, at least by the time I decided to film it, I had increased the amount that I owe by $1,000. So currently I have increased that amount to $2,000 more. So currently, as far as my credit card debt, I owe $6,700 on my credit card. I could not tell you like where most of the money came from, but I kind of can. So originally when I had the $3,600, it was mainly from a trip that I took my mom to. So I took my mom on the trip over the summer, and I had planned to pay it off, but of course I was just dicking around with my money, and I didn't pay it off in a timely manner that I wanted to. I was still paying the minimum payments, but I was not paying it off the way I imagined myself paying it off when I originally decided that I want to take her on the trip. So when I started this journey, most of my money from my paychecks was going towards my debt. So with that being said, I did not save any money. Basically, I didn't budget. That's what I'm getting down to. I didn't budget, meaning I did not save any money for groceries. I did not save any money for gas. I did not save any money for kind of other random things that will pop up. So I was using my credit card to basically compensate for the money that I did not have because I was paying off my debt. And I also have my ENT bill that comes, $150 comes out every single month, and I think I addressed that as well. So $150 was already coming out every single month, and then I was utilizing my credit card for gas money, groceries, as well as other little things, to the point where I finally decided to look at my credit card amount, and I was like, I am at $6,700. How the hell did I increase my amount as far as the amount that I owe on my credit card that much? So the credit card debt is no longer my 4th debt to pay off. That has now officially become technically the 5th, or let's say the 7th debt, because that's the 2nd highest debt that I owe. So I have officially decided to push back my credit card payments into the next, until I pay off my 4th smallest debt. So what is my 4th smallest debt? So my 4th smallest debt was my car loan. So if you guys see the beginning of this video, as of May the 23rd, which was yesterday, technically today is the 24th, I was able to pay off my car loan, and it was, I think, $3,360 something and some dumb cent. And like I said, I was able to pay that off thanks to my taxes, because I'm one of those people who like wait till the last minute to file their taxes. I know I'm absolutely terrible, but I completely forgot about taxes when I started to kind of write down my budget as far as how I plan to pay off my debt. So I was talking to my best friend and she was like, hey, like, you know how you are with your taxes, you need to file your taxes. And I was like, oh, I do have to file my taxes. So I was just like, oh my God, like that's crazy. I completely forgot. So, you know, the tax money just really helped out drastically on making sure that I was able to reach the amount of money that's necessary for me to pay off my car note. Well, my car loan. I keep saying car note, but my car loan. So as of May, I was able to pay off my car note completely, or my car loan completely. Yashadi is about to get her title in the mail in the next few weeks, and I am so excited. So my car loan was technically my fourth, was it my fourth? I believe my fourth smallest debt. So that means that we are officially down halfway through. And it's so crazy because, you know, just to think that I started this journey in January, we are not even in the 6th month of the year yet, and I have already knocked down my debts by half. Like, it's absolutely insane. But before I transition to my emotional experience, let me tell y'all how hard it was to pay off this car loan. Okay, so I am one of those people who have like multiple accounts. I have a checkings account. I technically have two. I have two checkings account, and I have a savings account where my emergency fund is stored, but the savings account is with a separate bank. So a lot of the times I get my my money, as far as from my jobs, to put into one checkings account, which is the one that I kind of like save and tuck away, and then I would transfer money, the amount that I need each week or whatever, and just use it that way. So when I got my tax money, as well as when I started to accumulate the money that I needed for my car notes, I decided to keep it all in the secondary checkings account. So the day that I had planned to pay off my car note, which was technically the Friday that just passed, I decided to go ahead and transfer the money from my car loan to my primary checkings account so that I could use my debit card to be able to pay my car note off. Two things happened, and I completely forgot that that's a thing. The first thing is that my limit, my daily spending limit, which I did not know, was only $3,100. So my car note, as I said, my car loan, as I said, was about $3,360 something dollars. So of course, with me having a $3,100 limit a day, you know, it exceeded that by like over $200. So I had to call my bank to let them know, like, hey, I'm going to pay off my car note today, my car loan today. Can you guys up my limit just for today? So I went ahead and transferred my money to my primary checkings account, and I forgot that it was pending because I had just did it, and they were not able to increase my limit until the pending was basically officially solidified into my account. So that kind of stressed me out a little bit. So I was not able to pay it off on Friday. So they was like, well, if you want, you could go ahead and you could try again tomorrow, and we'll lift your limit by tomorrow. So the pending should go away, and you should be able to pay it off. So by that time, I already had like my emotional experience, and I'm going to tell you guys about that soon. So I was a bit stressed out. I was a bit stressed out, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let this deter me. I've been doing so good so far. Like, just because I was not able to pay it at the time that I wanted to, that does not mean I can't pay it at all. So I had to kind of be patient with myself. And instead of doing it the next day, I actually ended up waiting till Monday, because I'm like, by Monday, there's no reason why the amount that I transferred should not still be pending. Well, it should be still pending. There's no way. So that's what I did. And as I said, on Monday, I officially paid off my car loan, and I no longer have a car note, and I am so excited, so ecstatic. So before I transition to the emotional part, because I do want to address that, like I said, I am down 4 loans. That means I have 4 more to go. As far as the ENT one, that's technically one that's the smallest, because I think I'm at about $650 with that. I questioned whether I just wanted to go ahead and knock that out, or if I just wanted to attack my credit card and just let the ENT bill continue to kind of work its way out. I'm still kind of deciding what I want want to do with that. But I've decided that the next loan that I'm going to attack is my credit card debt. So if I did my calculations correct, if I get paid the amount that I am projecting to get paid, then I will have my credit card debt completely paid off by the first check in August. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers. So after that, I think I will go ahead and then attack the ENT bill. As far as the medical scan, y'all, I can't even lie. This medical scan, I have been questioning whether I want to pay it or not. Honestly, I might just, reach out to see if I can get a consultation with somebody like, hey, can I just wait 7 years and like let this get knocked off my credit? Or can I like settle? Like, what am I going to do with that? Because that scan is outrageous. So I included the scan in a debt because technically it's still a debt that is on my credit. But to be completely honest with y'all, I want to be honest. I want to be real. I want to be raw. I have been questioning whether I want to pay that one off. If I do so, I think that'll be the very final one that I pay off after my student loans. So just to kind of let you guys know, just to clarify, right now I have an ENT bill that is about $650. I have my credit card debt, which is at $6,700. I have the scan, which is $3,551, and then of course I have the student loans, which are $50,000. So that is the 4 debts that I have left. Right now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and attack my credit card. That is my next loan. After that, I'll be focusing on my ENT bill. After that, we are focusing on these student loans. And as you guys know, I will be sitting for my test sometime later this summer, and I'm passing it with flying colors. I am not playing these games, which will actually give me a raise, and we are talking about a pretty good couple dollar raise at my full-time job, and we are talking about a double-digit raise at my second job because I'm part-time. So we are really trying to get that ready, so that way not only would I have no additional monthly withdrawals coming out my account for other bills, but I will also have access to a lot more money. So I'm super excited about that, and I just cannot wait. I cannot wait. I feel like I'm on such a good path, and I'm just hoping that things go really well. Now, one thing that I am a little concerned about, and then I'm going to transition to my emotional experience, is that my car has been acting a little crazy. If you guys see my first video, I had let you guys know that when it came to my emergency fund, most of my emergencies have been with my car. My car is pretty old. It's not super old. It's like a 2011, which is fine. And I got it used, so I mean, for the most part, I've had it for a couple of years, and it's actually doing very, very well. So I am a little concerned. It does need some work done on it. I was able to get in contact with someone who's going to take a look at it and fix it for me, but I'm hoping like once that get done, that should be it, which I believe so, because to be completely honest, the issue that they said is wrong with the car, I've been informed about this issue like a year ago, and at that time I just didn't want to get it done, and now it's like smack that in the face, right? Law of short-sightedness, terrible. So yeah, so now that I'm aware of the issue, I want to fix the issue, because I'm like, please just last to the end of next year. I just want it to last to the end of next year. Once I pay off these student loans, if I have to get another car loan, that's fine. That'll be the only car loan I have. The only loan I have, but I do want it to last until, so that it kind of won't throw me off. But I will keep you guys updated on my car, and if I have to get a new car anytime soon, hopefully I do not. But hopefully I didn't talk too fast, and hopefully you guys are following up. So let me talk to you guys about the emotional experience. So there was 2.5 things that happened emotionally with me that I was not aware was going to happen. So I'm going to go over the first thing that happened that kind of threw me for a loop. So when I was doing the calculations in my calendar, because what I do is I write down all of my bills, I write down what amount of money needs to come out each check, and I also write down the amount of money that I have left and where it needs to go. So I do this every month. Most of the time I do it like 5 or 6 months in advance. So I was doing that, and I was trying to calculate, and this was around the time that I was trying to get the money for my car loan. I was trying to calculate how much money I was needing to pay off my car loan. So as the money started coming in, and I started looking and keeping up with my calendar on the amount that I was getting, I started to get anxious. I was at work, and I remember looking at my calendar like, oh my God, I'm going to have the money to pay off my car loan by this date. And that date was maybe 2 weeks away. So I was sitting there, and I was looking, and I was like, oh my God. And I don't know why I end up like getting some anxiety. So I ended up talking to my coworker. She's a therapist as well. We share offices together. And I was telling her, I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm feeling really, really anxious, like about the fact that I'm going to be able to pay off my car soon. And she was just like, you know, that's good anxiety. It's good anxiety, you know, like you should be proud of yourself. Like you worked your ass off to kind of get to where you are. And now you're finally able to do these things. You've been saying that you want to be debt free. You've been saying you want to go on this journey. And now that you're in the midst of doing it, you're like getting anxiety from the experience and kind of living in, you know, this dream that you once had. And she was right on the money with that, but it just felt so weird to be anxious about the fact that I am accomplishing these things. And I don't know if it's because I'm accomplishing it fast. And when I say fast, I don't mean like overnight, but it's like I said, I just started in January and I'm already halfway down on my debt. So not my full debt, but halfway down on the amount of debt I have as far as the loans. And I was just like, man, like this is crazy that it's truly happening. So I felt anxious. I got a little bit of anxiety and it was insane. But I got over it fairly quickly. So that's one thing that I experienced. So that was the good part of the anxiety. Now we're going to transition to the bad part of the anxiety. So the day that I wanted to pay my car off, so basically last Friday, and I told you guys I was not able to do that, that is when I experienced the negative side of anxiety. So I became very anxious, and I think I just became anxious because a part of me felt like I really needed to get rid of the money because I had it, and I did not want to end up using the money for something else and having to wait a whole nother week to basically pay off my car loan. So when that happened, you know, I did get some feedback from others when it was like, look, the money is already in your account. You already have money for grocery and things like that. You have to trust yourself and know that you're not going to touch the money. Just relax. You have it. You're going to pay it off. Just trust yourself to be able to be responsible and pay it off when you need to pay it off. And they were also, because I was upset at myself because I couldn't pay it when I wanted to pay it. And they were just like, look, just relax. Just relax. So that was just two versions of anxiety that I experienced that was very frustrating. Another emotional experience that I dealt with was anger. So when I discovered, and this was when I was paying off my Care credit card, when I discovered that I had to break my payment to 3 payments instead of 2 payments like I wanted to, I was upset. When I say I was upset, I was so mad. I wasn't beating myself up, but I was just like, this really sucks. Like, I really wanted to get this out the way so I could go ahead and focus on another debt. And I had to sit back and think like, okay, you're getting frustrated for what? You're getting frustrated for why? Like, there's no reason for that. Like, you are literally not behind on the debts. You're not behind on any of your other debts. You're just anxious and you want to get it paid off. Just because you can't pay it off now in a month, that does not mean that you can't pay it off at all. You had literally just paid $840 on this debt 2 weeks ago. It's okay that you can't put forth another $800 and something to pay the debt off. If you have to split it in half, split it in half. It's going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. So I had to kind of whittle it back a little bit and remember that this is something that I wanted to do for myself. This is not something that I have to do right away. This is not nothing that is going to be detrimental, because even if I paid the minimum payments, the debt will still be paid. This is something that I want to do, and this is something that, you know, I need to find enjoyment in doing, because the second that it becomes a chore, it will become a nuisance and I will no longer want to do it. So I had to remember and remind myself, like, look, this is something that should not take that much stress. Like, it is stressful because, yes, anytime you're kind of giving away big chunks of money, financial stress is just a thing. But at the end of the day, this is something that you are voluntarily doing. This is not something that you have to do. You have a goal, you have, you know, plans to implement that, you know, to get that goal reached, and that's what you do. And if you have to backpedal a little bit, it's okay. Backpedal a little bit. Enjoy life. Don't be so hard on yourself. So yeah, so that was my emotional experience. Oh man, I mean, at the end of the day, I am still truly enjoying this journey. I'm so proud of myself for being down 4 debts. I am actually going to show you guys in a minute me cutting off my debt chains. It just feels so good to be able to do that. I am so excited. If you've been watching so far, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I've been trying to figure out what ways I can, you know, give you guys updates with visuals. As far as like the whole writing down thing, I don't know. Like, I wanted to do that, but I won't keep up with it. So right now we are going to stick to me verbally expressing the update as well as the debt change that I have. And of course, I hope you guys stay tuned. I apologize for having this video come so late, but I'm going to have to hurry up and get out of here because I actually have to go see another client for my second job in about 5 minutes. So again, thank you so much for tuning into my video. I hope you guys are enjoying this journey so far, and I will see you guys next month regarding my update for the month of May as well as June. Deuces. Guess what I get to do today? So before I start, I want to go ahead and just refresh you guys' memory about what is left for my debt-free chain. If I sound stuffy, I'm sorry. My allergies and sinuses are going absolutely crazy, but we are going to get started because I don't want this part to be so long. So for starters, first runner up, this was for my care credit. You guys know that this was the one that I was going to be working on next. This one right here is for my credit card debt, and I told you guys before I had increased actually the amount that I spent on my debit card. Well, sorry, not my debit card, but my credit card. So now this actually is supposed to be longer. I may work on that, but I'm not sure. I told you guys this one right here was a representation of my car notes. This one right here was a representation of the remainder of my ENT bill from when I got my sinus surgery. And of course, last and not least, we have the very long one, which is from the student loan debt. So if you guys have seen my video at the beginning, you already know which debt I have paid off. So it is officially time for me to cut these rings. Okay, so we can see just how much debt I actually paid off. I'm gonna see if I can get some better lighting. I'm not sure if I can. I'm sorry. Actually, let me open my shades to my window to see if that'll help out a bit. All right, so we are back in this game. It kind of helps a little bit, but not much. But anyway, either way it go, as you can see, I have my handy dandy scissors available so we can start clipping off some of these chains. Okay, we are trying to be free. So the very first one that we get to clip off today is the wonderful care credit. So this was the debt that I had paid off in March, technically the first week of April. So proud of myself. I've been waiting to chop this off. So we are just gonna go ahead and snap that right off. And as always, we're gonna toss that on the ground because we don't need that no more. You can stay where you're at. All right, so this next one is what I did today, folks. This is the car note. And as you guys heard at the beginning of the video, I have officially paid off my car note, which the end payment or the payoff quote was $3,368, I believe, and 30 cents. Officially done. We do not have to worry about this chain anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and we are going to clip this bad boy off. Yes, I mean, I wish it would be a little bit more dramatic. So far, do y'all see this? Oh my God, this is so real. This is so real. So as far as the credit card debt, like I said, I need to add more to that. I have not touched my student loans. My student loans is the very final debt that I'll be working on. But I do get to cut off some of these rings from my ENT bill. As I told you guys, I'm going to go ahead and just let the ENT bill continue to take out $150 out of my account up until I'm probably done with my credit card, and then that's when I'll probably go ahead and attack the remaining of whatever's left for this one. So it is officially May. That means in May the $150 payment has already been processed. $800 is where it was at. That means that right now my bill is $650. So we are going to go ahead and chop off this amount because now we only owe $650 on that ENT bill. So just so you guys can see how much debt I have paid off so far. So since January of this year, all of these chains, this is just this is the representation of how much of my debt I have paid off so far, and it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So this is how much debt I paid off so far. I started January of this year. It is May. We are going to the 6th month of the year, so halfway, and I am more than halfway done with my debt. Not really if we count student loans, but just to look at how much debt I have now, like, that's crazy. So I am going to actually show you guys a video of what it looks like before, and I'll put it on like the top corner of the screen, and just to see that I'm literally down 3 chains after having what, like 7 or 8 up here. Absolutely insane. So I am so happy, just super ecstatic. I just hope you guys continue to watch my journey as I pay off this debt. I made some mistakes, but it's okay. We are here to fix them. Like I said, we are going to into the second part of the year. Well, technically the 6th month of the year, so I got a little bit more time before we head into the second part of the year, and we are just going to see how well I do. I am going to fix the things that I did wrong. I'm going to improve in many other areas, and we are just going to see where this goes. So thank you so much for watching if you have so far, and I will see you guys during my next update. Deuces.